All right, guys, our guest tonight is TNA star Drew Galloway. How you doing tonight, man?
I am fantastic. I've literally just finished a match in Belfast, Ireland. Legit walked back 5 minutes ago, and I'm on the phone with yo. Loving life, loving wrestling.
Oh, that's fair. Talk about a busy schedule. Hey, you know what? That's what happens when you're a big star, my friend.
Well, I'm making myself the busiest wrestler on the planet right now, and a very good time doing it. A very good time.
Arguably the biggest move TNA has made over the last year, besides the jump to Destination America every Friday night at 9 p.m., was signing you, Drew Galloway. What was the decision process like signing with Impact Wrestling, and what are your long-term goals with the company?
Well, the process involved, obviously, talking with the bosses there. While I was actually in Scotland, I was over for a show for a Scottish company, ICW. And I spoke with them, and initially I was, a little apprehensive. I wasn't looking to get on American TV so quickly after being on it 8 months prior, pretty much. And I spoke with the bosses there. They told me the plan, and I got excited about it. The new Destination America deal, the opportunity to be a part of something from the ground floor and try and help to build it, and the opportunity just to be myself. Anything you see on TNA is me. That's Drew Galloway 100%. I'm talking as Drew Galloway. I'm wrestling as Drew Galloway. There's no gimmicks needed. That is literally myself, and all I wanted to do is be a wrestler, be myself, and I'm getting the opportunity to do it with TNA, and honestly, I could not be happier right now.
Mike Chiari?
You worked almost exclusively as a heel during your time in WWE, but you've quickly become one of the most popular baby faces in TNA during your couple of months there. What has that transition been like for you, and what's your preference between the two?
Honestly, I don't have a preference. I just kind of do my thing. If you notice the way I wrestle, if you've seen much of my stuff, I wrestle more like a heel, I guess, even when I'm a face. I just have a particular style. It's a hybrid, European American with a little bit of strong style in there. But honestly, I really don't have a preference. I just legit say how I feel, wrestle how I wrestle, and if fans are on board, they're going to cheer, and if they're not digging it, they're going to boo. But either way, I'm just having fun, and it's weird to be cheered, I guess, when I'm so used to being the bad guy, but it's a lot of fun, and I like that the fans are digging what I'm saying because they feel the same as me. Because everything I say is not scripted. That's just Drew Galloway speaking his mind, and obviously they feel the same when they're getting behind it like they are, and it just is awesome. And I just want to say thank you to them, for loving his wrestling as much as I do.
Brandon Galvin?
You recently formed a stable to go up against the Beatdown Clan. You've been a part of stables before, but as the clear-cut leader of this one, what are you hoping to accomplish, and why do you feel like this group will catapult you to success in TNA?
Well, the guys that are joined up with myself, they're a couple of guys that, feel the same as myself about wrestling. They're just are really young and eager and hungry. Like, obviously, Haku's son is there, part of the group. He's got the family tradition. He just loves wrestling more than anything in his life. And Sean Ricker is my third member. He's just, a young kid. He's been trying hard to get a break. Hasn't had that opportunity to get a break. It's a great look. It's great passion. And there's a couple of guys I'm excited to be, running with me. And then over the next couple of weeks, especially actually this Friday, make sure you check out this Friday. You're going to learn a little bit more about the group. We're going to be putting the fans' live tweets out during the show. So if you're a fan out there, or any of you guys yourselves, tweet what you're thinking, tweet what you want. Like, say anything in the world. And they actually have a hands-on approach here. I'll make sure it gets on the show. So it's a pretty exciting couple of weeks coming up. And you're going to find out a lot about the Rising.
Well, after your departure from the WWE, you spent a lot of time getting back to your roots on the independent scene. How did working the indies influence your style now, and did it help your confidence after being what we perceive as underutilized for so long?
Oh, absolutely. Like, it was fun to be doing those lengthy matches once again. When I got into wrestling, I wanted to, wrestle. And I'm 29 years old. Everyone thinks I'm like my mid to late 30s just because I've been around for a while. I started when I was 15. I wrestled in the indies for 6 years. I signed to WWE when I was 21. I was there for 8 years, and all I ever wanted to do was wrestle. And just getting that opportunity to go out there, I made a few bold statements initially when I was gone from WWE and Chris Jericho's podcast, and told the world they're going to get to see, the real me. And a lot of people believed in me, gave me opportunities, and I was very lucky with the places I've been and titles that I've won. I'm currently holding 5 titles over 3 continents, and luckily making a name for myself. And it's thanks to people believing in me, giving me the opportunity, and places like TNA just giving Drew Galloway the chance to be Drew Galloway.
M-Try?
I think most fans expected you to become world champion in WWE at some point because of your early success and because of the Chosen One moniker that you had. And while it didn't come to fruition, what do you think you might have learned from that situation that might help you have success as a main event guy right now and in the future?
Well, you obviously can't help but learn getting, thrust into that kind of position and that kind of opportunity. Unfortunately, being so young and circumstance and storylines and whatever else, things don't always work out, but you obviously learn, and I learned, a great deal. And as I say, I've been wrestling 14 years now, had big opportunities like that, had the opportunity to show that side of my personality, even the, the funnier side of the 3MB. I got to show that side of my personality. It was all, fun. Like, it was all, exposure, I guess, that gave me the opportunity. Without WWE and all the exposure and all the opportunity, I would never have had the chance to get my name out there in the Indies, get myself to where I got to, and then get myself in TNA and show the world the real Drew. So, I can't be anything but thankful for that. And now I'm in my absolute prime. I'm 29. I'm ready to rock, and the main event is the only place I'm going to be.
PG?
You played several types of characters during your career. Do you enjoy the challenge of trying to adjust to a new role, or do you prefer to stick to one character and see it through?
Oh, I guess the real answer is just I prefer to be myself. That's the most successful character. It's a challenge, and it can be fun playing a character. I played two completely different characters in WWE. Obviously, completely different night and day. And, that's fun, and it's such a huge stage. But honestly, just to be myself, that is the ultimate for me. Like, the most successful characters ever were just extensions of people's personalities. And in this case, it's not really an extension of my personality. If I seem loud, I seem passionate, that's just me. Like, you hear me right now. Like, I just literally finished a match. I'm all amped up. I start firing stuff off. My accent comes out. I probably talk too quick, but I can't help it. I just love this. I love this so much. And that's not a character. That's just Drew Galloway. And Drew Galloway is a wrestling geek and ultimate smart mark.
Well, you're talking about TNA and how they're utilizing you, and so far you've been utilized very well. But we're talking about the world title. Is winning the world title your ultimate goal with TNA, and how long do you think it's going to be before you're in contention for the title?
Well, if you're not hoping to win the world title, you're out of your mind. That is the prize. That is the goal, and Kurt Angle currently has it. And I'm very excited with the opportunity to wrestle Kurt Angle. That's somebody I grew up watching, somebody. Like, whenever he came on my TV screen, I was very, very excited to watch. And the idea of getting to wrestle him, the idea of the possibility of wrestling Kurt Angle for the world title, I mean, holy crap. What would you guys think if you were in my position of potentially getting that opportunity? So that is exactly the dream right now, and I'm just going to keep working my arse off till I get there. But I'll be the busiest wrestler in the world. I'll tell you about past week, I was in Australia 10 days ago, then I was in Tampa, then San Jose, then Scotland, London yesterday, Belfast tonight. Just finished a match. I'm the world's busiest wrestler, and I'm going to keep busting my arse till I get my hands on that TNA world title.
Mike Chiari?
Since coming to TNA, your message has been that you're representing the wrestling fans and what they want to see, rather than promotions kind of pushing what they think is best onto the fans. And having experienced so much in the wrestling business, what do you think are some of the fundamental problems that you'd like to help change moving forward?
It's just like I say, I just would like there to be wrestling on the wrestling shows, and how the fans react to somebody, and they obviously like somebody, then that person should get the opportunity, because in the end, the fans are the ones that pay to come and see. The fans are the ones that turn on the TV show, and if you don't give them what they want, they're going to turn the other direction. And right now, there's so many companies offering so many, alternatives and opportunities for fans to watch, and TNA has just got such an incredible roster of guys that I cannot wait to wrestle. Just getting the wrestling on the wrestling show, it's the fundamentals. It's why people watch wrestling. They don't watch wrestling for any other reason to see the wrestling. They get invested in people through the wrestling, and just give the fans what they want. I think of myself like I'm a wrestling fan. I take myself out of my own shoes. I sit myself in front of the TV as a wrestling fan whenever I watch, and I think to myself, what would I like to see? Who would I like? And that's literally my mindset right now. And I'm hoping that people agree. And so far, they seem to be on the same page that we want just wrestling. It's that simple. It's not a fake wrestling storyline. It's real. Like, I genuinely believe that.
PG, final question?
Yeah, Drew, you mentioned earlier wanting to wrestle for the World Championship and wrestling Kurt Angle. Who else would you like to wrestle at TNA?
I'm going to mess people out if I try to do this game, but let me picture the backstage area. Austin Aries. I've wrestled him once before at ECW Arena. That was so much fun. I want to wrestle him again. I'd love to wrestle Jeff Hardy. Someone else I watched growing up. I obviously had a big feud with Matt back in the day, maybe Matt and I tangling again. God, there's so many guys. Bobby Roode, Big Lashley. Bram and I are going to beat the crap out of each other. I hope he's listening right now, because I know soon enough Bram and I are going to tangle. We're buddies. We go back to a few years ago, and we were just talking recently. A lot of the Twitter chat is myself and Bram, so look forward to that, because that is going to be an absolute war. And if I'm missing anybody out, you pretty much know who they are when you watch the show. The guys that are awesome are the guys I want to wrestle.
How about your eventual match against Low Key? What about when he gets his hands on you and you get your hands on him?
Well, what I just said about Bram, actually times that by 10. that is like, as much as the Bram is going to be a war, Low Key and I is going to be the war of wars. I can't stress that enough. BDC and I, and soon to be the Rising, we've got something very heated going on right now that has got the wrestling world's attention, and the big part of that is me and Low Key and the animosity between us. It's real. It's very real. I mean, that match is on your television. Just brace yourself. Maybe put the kids to bed early. It's going to be more than a war.
A huge thanks to our guest tonight, Drew Galloway. Catch him every Friday night at 9 p.m. on Impact Wrestling, only on Destination America. Tell the fans where they can support you on Twitter and where they can support you in general.
Well, first off, make sure you check out Destination America this Friday. Like I said, I'll be sticking out some live tweets from the fans. That's at 9/8 Central and on Dish Network. You can get that on channel 194, so make sure you check it out, see what's going on. And also, if you want to see where I'm traveling in the world, which is everywhere, in case I'm in your country, you can check me out at Galloway Speaks, or Galloway Speaks, and you'll see my wild musings and the places I am, and the titles I'm trying to win all across the world. Right now, our goal is also to become, the first traveling world champion since Ric Flair. Right now, I've had a couple of titles defended in multiple countries, had them become world titles. So the Evolve Dragon Gate title, I just won both of them last Saturday. That was a pretty big deal for me. That was a goal of mine for a while. The Scottish title, the Australian title, the Danish title, and the big goal, the ultimate goal, is the TNA title. And right now, I'm working on my way to become the first traveling world champion since Ric Flair. You heard it here first. That is my goal.
Fantastic. A huge thanks to Drew Galloway. Good luck moving forward, my friend.
So thank you all for having me. Let me talk about wrestling, tune your ears off. It's like I'm the interviewer or something.